Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Mental Gen. This is the Don't Be Afraid podcast. I am your host, in your face again, Jamila Oiza Muhammad Jamiu. And I have with me here returnees, important people. By my right, I have diverse Ayodele, and I have here again, um, um,
Monty,
I didn't forget. I was trying to be funny. I didn't. Why would I forget your name? Are
shit.
you serious? I have Monty.
She didn't forget. She didn't forget.
I honestly didn't forget. Are you serious? Come on.
No, I do believe you.
You sound like you don't believe me. Anyways, we're
Let them
gonna
judge.
because you're judging.
Let's
Anytime,
let the viewers decide.
people should not judge anything. I didn't forget. Anytime I sit down in the midst of men, I always feel like they're
What do you mean, midst of men?
in
I
the
don't
midst of
understand.
men that are on my left and my right. I'm guarded. So if you try nonsense, people that would attack you.
You say?
Yes, no. Yes.
For the
no.
record, I'm a man of peace. So
But you're the person that is in the middle is a lady of trouble.
I will,
Oh.
I will excuse you.
To beat me. You guys, this I saw I saw on Instagram this morning. The lady said she sent it was an what is in this hide my name Kini. So she said that is this enough grounds to divorce my husband? I've been married to him a couple of years, they've been good friends and stuff, and then they got married. He's never been violent towards her or anything. But 8 months down the marriage, I think she annoyed him or something happened. He went to hire Agbero to beat her. The first time, Agbero lady to beat her. Not a guy or Agbero woman to beat her. He apologized, everything went well. He did it second time again.
Oh, wow.
It's why I said I have people on my side. If anybody should try
It
it.
is amazing. But that is messed up actually.
Very
I
messed up.
don't even. You shouldn't even be asking that kind of question in the first place. That is
I'm sure-
more than
I'm
enough
sure
grounds
he
to.
probably does it with his sister or something, because that's really messed up.
Bruh, it's
That's like
crazy.
next level.
The
shit.
method.
So because
Yeah.
The method is funny.
so because
but
you will
it's
not beat
messed
her as
up.
the man,
So,
your size now go give you, but make she get Chris small.
I'm just wondering. Okay, what if like you call the Agbe woman and like your wife beats the woman? What happens next?
That's
Like,
true. On
it's-
that
it's-
angle.
It's just the
It
scenario
was
is
it was
magical.
so funny. I swear I was like, what?
Oh, no,
People
but
actually
but she
do.
should get out of that.
yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Because one day he's actually going to do it
He's
himself.
going to do it himself. When he did not see you.
Even if he
do.
doesn't do it himself, you just be collecting beating. Like
Ah,
why?
Omo.
Are you?
If if I don't know how
Even
to fight.
animals
So
should
if,
not be beaten.
I used to spank my cats if my cats misbehave. sha.
Allowed.
Okay.
Proud. Proud things.
Okay, so to the topic. Sorry, Tolu is reading off on me. I'm always getting distracted. This is anytime Tolu is Tolu now. Our guy. Yeah. So to today's topic, we're talking about the influence of streaming services on film distribution and production. If I did not introduce properly, our Oga by the right here is quite an expert, a pro in that field. Hence why he said today you must sit down on this chair, so we can talk about today. I just want to ask the questions. You people are gonna talk, and I'm just going to enjoy my chair here. And Monty, actually, I think we've discussed before. You told me that you love movies a lot, yeah. So it's the perfect combo for this conversation. So now, yesterday, I happened to have too much stories. This is because this was my birthday. But let's forget that. So my boss drops me off somewhere around Ago, and then I've been craving Mich and K yogurt. So I said, let me branch to supermarkets to check if they were going to have it. And I, went to the supermarket. I saw Mich and K. I got two, and I went to pay, and I saw old disc, empty disc. And it's quite interesting because today we're having a conversation about streaming. And I know when we used to watch Osofia, we would buy CD, you want to listen to any music at all. Literally, it's CD you're getting. And it's honestly really amazing how we have evolved from that. So if you want to evolve to the point, it's even tiring because there's Amazon Prime, there's Netflix, there's Disney Plus, There's Hulu. There's
Showmax.
Showmax. There's literally anything you want to watch. The one for you is there for you. You just have to you just have to subscribe and watch the one that is interesting for you. So I'm kind of like, you tell me why you're laughing later on Monty.
Oh,
I'm just
we both
interested
know
in
why
as
I'm laughing.
I don't know why you're laughing. Please, interested in your thoughts as to how we've progressed and everything. But like, if I feel like you're older than me, so when I was like a kid, you already.
What's that supposed to mean?
Are you calling
I'm
him?
sorry.
Are you calling him old? Like advanced?
Come on,
like,
stop it.
yo, I'm offended on his behalf.
Sorry, Emma Vanessa.
We're all young.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you said, it's quite interesting because I'm not that old. You guys shouldn't mind that. But
I see white hair, but continue.
I remember back then where we used to use not even DVD. What's it called? It was CD. Even before CD, it used to be VHS.
I don't even know.
Yeah, and I think I'm not that old again.
I might be
remember-
leaning towards
Yeah.
Jamila now. Like she might. be
Anyways,
right.
but I mean, I think I grew up around
Yeah.
that way. So I remember music then. They used to play music on what they call it, on deck.
Yes.
Yeah, and the closest thing we could get also to play music then was what's it called, Palito radio. Then we had the Walkman.
Yeah.
Walkman was even like a newer thing then, because then I think Walkman is DVD. I can't remember. I mean, but then I know it's for you to get a movie. Even buying wasn't really a thing then. You used to go to film clubs, film houses to rent. Yes, so you pay, you rent for a couple of days, you go back, return, you get.
Okay. I think
Yes.
I
Yes, that was the
faint
you know,
memory of
yeah,
that.
that was the routine. So, and I mean, we never knew what that was what our appetite was at that point in time, because we didn't know that we could consume more. It's just towards that's what we knew. The only extra thing we had then was later on then we had channels that started showing movies, because even then the originals we had in Nigeria, for example, were not a lot. We just had a couple of them. Then later we had the advent of Wale Adenuga's production.
WAP TV.
I think WAP TV had Papa Ajasco. They had this
Yeah,
live.
This Live.
What TV?
Yeah, they had Super
Binta,
Story.
yeah.
They had Binta
Binta
and Friends. Yeah, that's like 4 different series that at least in a
Live.
week
Yes.
you had
Mention
things
this
to.
life.
You mentioned
This
this
life.
life.
Yeah, I mean, we had things to look forward to. Then later on, we had TV stations collaborating with some partners outside the country. That's when we had we had access to what they call it, telenovelas.
Yeah.
We had access to telenovelas.
Second chance.
Yeah, Second Chance. There's this other one. I mean, and the likes of them. So at that point, we're already moving past the era of what's it called, VCDs and VHRs, because then internet was becoming a thing. I
yeah.
mean, very very little, but I mean, we're already
Yeah.
conversant. We could go to the cafe, buy time and do all that. Yeah. So it's a very important, and it was very important to the filmmaking industry, anyways, because it helped to. I wasn't then in the industry, but I mean, to my understanding, to the people I've met, the people that were then, it helps them. It helped them understand that market at that point in time, and they tried as much as possible to actually feed that market, though they had a very, very, very big constraint,
What was constraint?
which was piracy.
Abba.
Piracy
Our
was
brothers
like-
in Abba.
Yes, and that's why most of them actually, I can tell you for a fact, 70% of those filmmakers then, if you check them now, they're not the way they are. I mean,
Yeah, they
used to be.
didn't get as like they didn't get the full value for what they
You mean
created.
full. When you say full, it
It
means
means
that
they
maybe
got close to
probably they
it.
got maybe half or close to. No, they probably didn't even get up to 30% of what they're supposed to.
Yeah,
You know,
sort of end.
and there's a very funny side to that piracy thing, which they got the popularity.
yeah.
Without piracy, they might not have gotten the popularity they
They-
got.
They got.
Yeah.
then.
True.
But-
That's the other side to it.
So it's either you're choosing popularity or you're choosing the money.
Mm.
So that they couldn't but they couldn't choose then.
I'm pretty sure if they had the choice, they would have chose money because As much as you enjoy your
I
job.
don't think they would have chosen money. I don't think so at that point in time. I'm
Okay.
serious. So I feel like because most of the filmmakers back then, I want to believe they did it based on fashion. Most of them were theater guys. They love doing it, you know. So they would have still chosen that popularity just to make people see
Their art.
their art. Do
Mm-hmm.
you understand? So
And
it's
they
just
were- and
now
they were
that
really good.
yeah,
They were really
just now
good.
that we're starting to understand that you need to balance it. In as much as you love your art, you still need to make money because you need to survive. And when you're in a good state, that's when you can actually produce more. I mean, creative stuff.
Mm.
Do you get? So I mean, I feel like that era was very very important to what we have today. Because
Yeah.
without
Without
that,
them, there's
without them, then
no.
there's no we now.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. So, but unfortunately, some people had to pay the price for where we are. We are not there yet.
Funny thing is now they're still dealing with it. So now they're still dealing with it, but on a lower scale. I mean,
The piracy, yeah. No, yeah, of
Okay,
course,
yeah.
of course. I mean, now they're doing it online, and there's a website I know.
or several like
Yeah,
everybody.
but there's this particular one that they shut them down a couple of months back, and they're back again with.
Night Ninja.
Oh yeah, I wasn't going to
Yeah.
mention it.
I remember so when Funke Akindele made her Lion of Judah, it was
Tribe of Judah.
Tribe of Judah. Sorry.
A tribe
Lion
called-
of
tribe
Judah.
called
A
Judah.
tribe called Judah, and this other lady Tony Aimakun did was Hazige Malaika. And I remember, I mean, Funke obviously had like there was piracy for her, and I remember Tony Aimakun coming out to make a public thing that Kinko. I'm not trying to bullshit her or anything. I'm just
Yeah.
putting it out that I know she made like a public statement saying that people were downloading her movies from illegal sites and da 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 da. And I was just like, I mean, it's something that you should expect anyways. I mean, we're in Nigeria, but you mentioned something about movie theaters, and it just kind of took me back to. I remember the only time I've been to a theater was in primary school, so I don't really have like a really
Yeah.
recent, but I know that there are a couple of movies, one that Temi Otedola had featured in, that they acted in the theater, and some others that they've done as well.
Yeah.
Plays.
Yeah.
So how would we? Because I don't remember so much of those Osofia movies them being in the theater at all. What kind of plays goes to the theater, and why don't we have like our regular, Osofia kind of film? Why don't we have them in the theater?
So it's always in two different aspects. There's always the commercial part and the art part. Let me put it that way,
Creative.
and the creative part. No matter what we do, we'll still have that two parts. Some people have managed to
Blend
the two together, but some still want to. It's not easy. So then the Osofia thing, like you mentioned, those ones were more of the commercial part. They were really more of the commercial part. Like we just need to put content out there. We need to, do you understand? But we still had people back then that were more of the art. What's it called? Someone that I know of then was TK Tunde Kilani.
Okay, yeah.
I remember my dad telling me a story because my dad is also like back then in the industry. He was a still photographer, and he told me a story. He said, what's it called? Tunde Kilani and Wale Adenuga were friends. Like they are friends. I mean,
nice.
I think they even stay maybe opposite each other in what's it called?
Real recognized.
Yeah, but it's a part of the reason why it feels like TK never did any production for Wale Adenuga is because Tunde Kilani is someone that we all know his productions are always like they stand the time, like the test of time. Till today, those movies are movies that you would want to watch over and over again.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It would take time. My dad said there was a day they were on set and they already setup was done, everything was done. Then Kilani came out and he brought out his light meter. There's this thing they used to measure light intensity. Do you understand?
And he was the first person to use it.
No, not like it was the first person. I mean, probably a couple of, but it wasn't very, very popular.
Wasn't
then.
popular.
Yeah, and he brought it out and he checked it and he saw that the light was not really
Great, all that.
to shoot, and he told them to literally pack up.
Hey.
And that's something that if you're a filmmaker, trust me, that's like a big minus because that the cost for production for that day.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't expect that kind of person to do a production for Wale Dunuga production that the way they shoot, it's every week. They don't shoot the whole thing before releasing.
It's continuous.
Yes. Like,
No, wait, seriously.
yes.
They don't shoot before.
No, they don't.
Are you serious?
Sometimes the day they are going to air, it's not even ready.
That's when they finish chopping.
Yes.
Eh?
Yes, I heard I think they used to I think they used to edit them in NT. I can't remember, but yeah, my dad has told me of cases where that same day kind of thing.
Wow.
Yes.
This is
So you should imagine.
Honestly.
So it wasn't easy. Wow.
It wasn't easy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that kind of, so you need to be, so it was wise for Wale Adenuga not to use someone like TK, because I mean TK is gonna get something very
He's going
good.
to do it excellently.
Of course.
And that's the issue.
So you need to understand, okay, what do I want to serve?
Excellence or
No,
consistency.
it's not like-
it won't be subpar.
It's not to be subpar.
That's why I
yeah.
said excellence.
Exactly,
It will
because
be good.
to our knowledge, I don't think any of those productions, Wale Adenuga's productions, was subpar
No, definitely.
But, I mean, it still came
we're still
out.
talking about them today.
till date. Yeah, so that's
Sorry,
just
what's Tunde Kelani movie? Because I
what's it called? Why am I not remembering this, guys?
you can
think-
just push it in anytime you remember.
Yeah,
He
I think
wears
there's
filler. He wears filler most
I
of the
know
He wears
the
time.
old
filler.
man.
There's one very important, very popular one. Man, why?
Okay.
Showery there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's showery there. There's,
I'm a baby,
there's
guys.
Yellow card.
I don't
There's
know
yellow
them.
card. There is all this Baba Wandi, like back then. Do you know Baba Wandi? Oh my god.
Mm.
All right, now I'm feeling old. Now I'm feeling really old.
Can you relate to? Do you know that?
I already said I was leaning
Okay.
towards.
Wow.
Because I was wondering, you kept on saying Tunde Kelani's movies are like, and I'm
I know it's like
Which one have I seen?
And Tunde Kelani is even like
film
he's like
industry.
the second let's say second generation of filmmakers back then. I think the first that I know of is they call him Albert
About
Ogunde.
Yeah. I've
Yes,
heard of
those ones are like the god
the OGs.
of the oldies. You get. So even Tunde Kelani was even like more advanced. The likes of Albert. I don't think he did movies. I think it was more
It was
of
more of
theater,
plays, yeah.
of plays. Yeah. It was more of plays. So as it's just a case of, do I want to go commercial or do I really want to like do the art thing?
yeah.
Yeah. So those are just like the two different sides to it.
Huh. I remember having one question. There's one question I said I was going
Okay.
to ask. So I remember talking about streaming. I remember YouTube. I actually did remember YouTube, and I remember how lots of we have Funke, is it Fab TV? There's Omoni Oboli TV.
On YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Okay.
Would we consider that as well streaming?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It is. Because so let me because when it comes to streaming, because streaming was never our thing in Nigeria. Like 4 years ago, it was there, but it wasn't our way of life. Like, do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, what's really helped streaming, not even only in Nigeria, worldwide, is what's it called? COVID.
Yeah.
Yes, that was what really
The
helped streaming. I can tell you
groundbreaker
for a fact,
things.
both in music and in movies, revenue was like
I remember
went-
Audio Mark that time.
Audio Max skyrocketed, and even
Did
Spotify.
you hear of quarantine radio?
No, I never heard of it.
Okay. Let's
Yeah.
carry on, let's
So
carry on.
like that's like when and YouTube had even started even way before
All of this.
all of this. And
Yes.
YouTube is a platform that started to consider creators first. Like YouTube is that platform where you literally do not need anything to make money on YouTube. So YouTube has started considering creators from like the earliest time. So even before the likes of the Netflix, the Prime, and I'm sure even when those guys started, trust me, what they are doing now wasn't even what they started with.
Yeah.
It was only YouTube that was that like free platform.
Consistent and all, yeah.
Yeah, just put your content, be consistent with your thing, and you can get paid. Like
I have a
And
certain
the
number.
best
I remember
is-
there
and
was
the
the time I
content
started.
is
People should not check me out, but I
diverse.
started doing videos on YouTube one
Yeah.
time,
What's
And this
the
forget it.
please now, please now.
I already deleted the content, yeah, so you
Oh,
won't find anything. But I'm thinking of starting again. I was too embarrassed, so I had to delete everything. So I remember they said someone said you have to have like 1,000 subscribers or so before you can start earning. I just wanted to
When was that?
COVID too. COVID.
That was during COVID. But before
Mm,
COVID, before all that, trust me, YouTube was way easier even to get in then.
mm.
Like it was
But
way.
now there are lots
So
of
as time goes on, they have more users. You know, they need to like get structure going. So that's why they're like, okay, you need to get 1,000 subscribers.
they have upscaled
I
their
think
business.
yeah, they've grown.
I think 10 million this, 10 million like they've but I mean, before then it was easier. It was the rules were like a bit
Yes.
lenient. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would consider YouTube as a streaming because there are people like there's this lady that does strictly YouTube. What's her name?
Roots
again?
Cadre.
Ruth Kadri. I've
Yes.
actually not seen any of her thing, but I've heard so much about her.
Now, to one very important
Yeah.
question. Do you think that we're getting subpar quality movies with streaming on these platforms? Because, okay, I'll
Um,
take for example. Sometimes I'm not downplaying. Sometimes when you watch some certain movies on YouTube, I think it's why I never really liked watching movies on YouTube. My best friend always say, I saw this on YouTube. I'm like, on until them Kiki Bimbo Ademoye came that I started watching their movies, but otherwise you'd never catch me watching any movie on YouTube.
I think
And then the not the quality of the video, but
I
the
think it's the
storyline.
quality of the movie.
but when,
So-
when you compare it
so-
to movies on Netflix and all proper
So let me
movies,
tell you that's the difference between YouTube and Netflix. For example, YouTube doesn't do
Screen.
screening like the YouTube doesn't do because for example for Netflix and Prime you need an aggregator. You can't just go directly to them.
Okay.
You need an aggregator, and part of the things that gives you the leverage when you're going to those people is how good your content is.
Mhm.
You understand? For example, you can't do a movie of 200 million and put it on YouTube.
Why? Too
You
small?
cannot. Like
It's free.
no,
And
yeah.
it's
So
free.
because
And
do you know how money is made on YouTube? Money is made from adverts.
Mm.
Do you understand? And the better your content is, the more adverts you're likely to get. But now, guess what? You can have a content that like a content might have a video can have 10 million views on YouTube, and
Mm.
there's a video somewhere that has 50,000 views. The video of 50,000 views will get more money than a video of 10 million views.
ads.
It's not because so YouTube is strong on algorithm. Like there are things that YouTube prioritizes. Like they prioritize some kind of content. Now, the fact that all those things might work on YouTube is still staying true to their initial
Plan.
will I say plan or mission,
Or model, yeah.
educational content.
Yes,
You
true.
want to wasn't established for movie streaming. Do you understand? So it
Yeah,
means
right,
that they would prioritize educational content over
Entertainment.
entertainment. There's something they call CPM.
What's that?
Cost per is it CPM or CPC? Is it cost,
Cost
per
per
click or
click.
something? I don't know if it's cost by, but it's cost per something. So
Yeah.
basically, what it means is how much they pay you for one ad on your
On your movie or
movie. So that's how you can calculate how much your video has made. So with that, you times it with number of views you've gotten.
Hmm.
So
Cool.
they do this, I think, per 1,000 views.
Okay.
So some can have as low as 0.5 cents. Some can have as high as $1, $2.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So that is why for YouTube is a bit. You can't spend 200 million naira on a movie and put it on YouTube. You're probably going to in the next 10 years. What's the certainty that you will get your money back? Do you get? So that's why it is
Wow.
not. Yeah. So most of those. That's why you would say you get some kind of quality on YouTube. They are always low budget. They're always independent filmmakers that just try to use what they have around to get what they want.
Yeah.
So you don't expect to get some kind of awesome quality on YouTube. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes. So that's why you would say that about, and sometimes with the story too. So it's the same thing because people then feel like, okay, since they have easy access to YouTube. So sometimes YouTube is an experimental platform.
Mm.
For example, even up to now, I don't have any of my, productions or on any streaming or any cinema. but it has always been YouTube. So that's the place where I know that okay, I can put stuff out to just experiment. I can try different kind of things and put on
Yeah.
YouTube. So for some filmmaker, it's an experimental
For them.
platform for them.
So I'm not. I mean, I'm not a filmmaker, but I know that on certain on YouTube, this is 1 minute video that I used to post there, and I don't used to get views. No. It's important. They're not watching my videos.
And then do you have
marketing.
your
They don't even-
audience? Is it are you catering for your audience?
It's
Is that
it's
what-
just news. It's news stuff. News,
okay, and how are you
basically.
delivering the news? Do you know other people on YouTube that do the same thing you do? How do they do it?
Oh.
You get how do they do it? You can't try to do broadcast style on YouTube. It most likely would not work.
But there are times whereby I think depending on because there are certain hashtags that I use to certain happening. Say if I say COVID because of the hashtag, I know it to garner like more views, but other times.
So let me
it's
tell you
just-
another thing that YouTube they favor consistent content creators. You can be doing something for 2 years and you barely get anything from it. Then it's just the third year. By the time it starts, it's just going to be like, what is going on? You just keep going. So that's one thing about YouTube. They want you to be consistent. They just want people to just breeze in, breeze out.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you're not consistent, trust me, you most likely not make anything from it.
I am I'm always reporting to duty every Saturday.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
So just keep it up.
keep it up.
That's the only thing I can just tell
more
you.
energy.
Just keep it up. If
More fire.
If YouTube algorithm just picks your content, I'm not joking with you. Like if YouTube algorithm just decide to pick your content, you wouldn't even know what you're doing.
But
right.
that's a lot of commitment to stay for 2 years and then.
I'm not saying
Very-
it's going to be 2 years, but
But okay.
Just
I think I get the draft.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask. Speaking of independent film producers and stuff, do you think they benefit more from streaming than blockbusters?
I think yes. I think it's a very good let's say very good leverage. For example, in Hollywood, it was a very big problem for producers in Hollywood, and that's because they needed to get to studios.
Yeah.
Studios, trust me, those guys, they are crazy. For example, they will determine every single thing about your movie.
Sorry, wait.
Yeah.
Pause first. You said studio
Yeah.
for blockbuster movie.
Yeah. Film
Like they
studios.
would sponsor your movie. Film studios would
There's
produce it
there's
like Universal and stuff.
Not like
that.
I'm an illiterate or something. No, you push not.
Yeah.
We are learning
And,
here, please.
Yeah.
There's a film studio that they rent out
No,
for
no, no,
blockbuster
no, no.
movies.
Not
These
the
are
studio as a place.
corporations.
Corporations.
Okay.
Movie corporations.
Movie corporations.
Like when you want to watch movies like Universal.
The
or-
ones where they use those green screen and stuff.
No. Think of just listen. Just listen. Hold on.
Are you
No,
trying to say I
people
don't
learn every day,
listen?
Just listen.
Okay.
Listen. You know when you want to watch a movie,
Yes.
and maybe the first thing is Universal,
Yeah.
or you know the one that is
Paramount.
that's a planet.
Lionsgate
There's one that is
or-
yeah.
the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, those are.
So
Okay.
those entity, those corporation, those are what we call film studios. It's not the
It's not like a studio like this or a studio.
Though they
generally.
do
Okay.
have
They have studios.
studios,
but-
yeah,
Yeah.
but those are what they call.
All right.
So
I get
they
it now.
determine a lot about your movie. So you go to them and they can change your story. They can do all sort of things. You know, a lot of movies have had that issue when viewers don't like it anymore. It's because the studio has probably messed up.
Yeah.
And most of the time, they're always what's it called, business conscious. They just make some kind of decision. If you remember, what's it called, what's the name of this Zack Snyder's
Snyder's Cut.
Snyder's Cut. Justice League.
Yeah, just I can't remember the name. I can't remember
Yes,
the name. but
Justice
yeah.
League. So what happened with that was that part of the deal he made with them was like, okay, fine, I'm going to give you guys your cuts. Like, watch the studio ones. Then I'm going to make my own cuts of this movie.
And Snyder's Cut was
And that his cut was
the movie was
crazy.
their movie was
Do you understand?
not to shit on it, but Snyder's Cut was the bomb.
was the bomb. So that was the director saying, okay, I want to show people what I actually. It was 3 hours plus.
The movie.
Yeah,
But every
What's the
second
title?
Was what
Justice League.
I can't remember the particular. Don't worry, I'll check it.
Yeah.
I'll check it for you. Don't worry.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So though it was a lot, it cost extra money and all that, but I mean because it's Zack Snyder, the guy has
Good storyline.
not even good storyline. His previous work speaks for him. Like
Okay.
he's an OG, literally. Yeah. So what streaming has done is that it has reduced that let's say that gap. So for example, it is easier for an independent filmmaker to have their stuff on streaming platforms.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And I really don't know so what they do is they do it based on the quality of your movie.
Yeah.
They have different grading. So they can buy a movie for example, I'm not saying they buy for $1,000. They can buy this person's movie for $1,000. They can buy this other person's movie for, $10,000,
Yeah.
depending on different criteria. Do you understand? But at least it is helping it, and it doesn't. It's not boxing them too much. I can have it on Prime this year, and when the deal expires this year, take it on Netflix the next year, and because
Is why we see.
yeah,
those
So
things.
sometimes you see some movies get taken off Netflix.
Yeah, and then
and
you sit on.
Ju-
Yeah.
there are some movies currently that are on the same Netflix and
Amazon Prime together.
Prime. The same thing with Showmax.
But you
No,
don't get
Hulu.
those kind of things. I don't think I've seen this Disney Plus movie anywhere. It's strictly
Yeah, those
Disney
ones
Plus.
Yes, it's strictly
And there are
Those
some
ones-
movies you see on Netflix. You might not see them
on Disney
Elsewhere.
Plus.
Netflix.
Because so now what streaming platforms have now decided to do is they are now producing movies. They are having originals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Streaming service. So I was
Yeah.
going to. Are you talking about? Okay, wait, like Netflix made movie. Amazon. I was going to ask that question. That do they now make quality movies? For example, I know Wura. Wura is
Showmax.
yeah, it's a Showmax. I think that's the one that's coming to mind now. And I know some people swear that that the movie is and the movie is really nice, but
Why
haven't
did you say it like that?
but haven't
Like
seen it.
You're doubting.
I'm not.
You're doubting it.
I can't. It's not.
Why do you think it won't be nice? Why would you second guess it?
It's a Nigerian thing now,
Okay.
but
I get it.
it's a
And
Nigerian
that's
thing.
fair.
If it's a Netflix original, of course you
So if
know
it's a
that it's
Netflix-
going to be of
wait,
quality.
Wait, if it's a Netflix original and Nigerian, is that what you're saying? So
Well,
are you
if
saying
it's a
because
Netflix original Nigerian, then yeah.
Or is it maybe?
So what that means in my head now is for your movie to be an original on Netflix, you must have put in a lot
so
to
Okay,
make
so
that.
it's basically what he said.
it's because Showmax is
Maybe coming up.
it's
I'm
African.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Or
no, it's fine. But guess what? Showmax is now like bigger than what they used to be. They have a new app and what's it called?
It's not because they are sold that lots of football channels to watch it. That's why.
That's not the reason why it's good. They have
Yeah.
partnership with the technical aspect of Showmax now is this guy's, I think, is it Paramount? I can't remember the guys running it currently. Yes, but yes. So they have like all those
That's
foreign
crazy.
guys.
Yeah.
Now Showmax as I watch Showmax now. Even like for the past 2 months, I've been watching Showmax more than I've been watching Netflix.
Don't tell anybody. Yeah, but you didn't hear that.
And you know what amazed me was that I now realized that people in the UK can actually get access to Showmax.
Really?
Yeah,
I love it.
They
I was-
can or they
I
can't.
love it.
they can't.
I love it.
Why? You sound like a hater.
Sky Sports, you will crumble.
So
Why?
it was
He knows.
really like, and I see that they are making active efforts. The Bura that you just mentioned, I just saw one episode because someone was seeing it, but the production was very good. Audio was awesome, picture was awesome. Do you understand? So they are making active efforts, to really service the population. And guess what? Their timing was very, very right. Because they came in with the old rebranding thing at a point where I don't know if they've been working on it. I'm sure they've probably been working on it before now. But Prime is pulling out
Nigerian.
of Africa.
Yeah, they're
They
moving.
cut their budget by God knows how much. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Any new stuff you see on Prime currently, these are things that were probably they've
In
been the
production
work,
before, yeah.
before now.
Mhm.
I guess things didn't work out the way
The way they
they
planned.
the way they planned, and Netflix is, and maybe Netflix has more money than them. I don't know, but that's so the moment Prime just did that, and they really reduced the number of their staff and all that. That's when Showmax just came in, and they're really going hard on their.
Yeah, they found there was a market.
There
There was
was
a
a
gap.
market. Yeah,
There was
yeah.
a gap.
Yeah, there
in
was
the
a gap.
market that they
Yeah.
filled.
I really don't know. I really don't know what happened with Prime. I really don't know. I just hope it's not the Nigerian
Factor.
factor, the
Coming
Nigerian
in.
nepotism and everything that really messed. I really hope so. And I want to believe maybe that's part of it, because to an extent we have more Nigerian.
Content.
I won't say shitty content.
Okay.
Just say it as it is. She's
No.
saying
Let me
it.
say stuff that's supposed to be on YouTube. We have them on Prime.
Oh yeah.
Man.
I so you saying it too. What she said, you're saying it too.
Yeah. No, because you know what I mean. Because as a filmmaker, I want to understand that there's some content that is meant for cinema. There's some content that is also meant for streaming. Because what's it called? There's this guy Christopher Nolan used to say something about
Yeah.
cinema thing. He has this.
That guy.
Yeah, and it's because, for example, Dune.
Yeah.
Imagine the way it was shot. The
I mean, like, the excitement on your face.
I was
So
just
you-
asking Chin Chin if you have seen Dune, because I
you
want
can't
to
watch, if you watch Dune on your phone, on your laptop, you are just experiencing 40% of the awesomeness.
Some of us need it.
Oh.
If
Do you
we, if we
understand?
go to the
Yeah, what-
cinema, we'll
if-
sleep.
No, but no.
It's a
trust me.
series now, is it not? It's not
No,
a
no,
series.
no,
It's
no,
okay.
it's
Okay.
not.
Or
alright.
any Marvel movie, watching it on I would not do that. I
Yeah,
would not
money,
do
oh.
it.
I understand what
Because
you
of
mean.
the
Like, the
experience.
experience is
Okay.
awesome, but I will sleep.
Eh.
Those movies are too long. I will
Okay, maybe
sleep in the
except from that.
cinema.
How do
I
you
will
enjoy
sleep.
movies if you sleep? Sorry.
I'll sleep.
We're
No, I like
digressing. We're
movies, but, like,
digressing
if I'm
right
watching-
now.
if I'm watching-
I just want to point that
Yeah.
I think I may be getting older. As much as I like to call myself a baby, I remembered my days, my younger
When you
days.
used to
that
consume.
I tried watching a movie last night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I kept my eyes open for 1 hour. I
you
slept
just
off.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is adulthood.
And the situation of Nigeria, I think it is tripling the way we are adulting.
Yeah, stressing so much on work
it
and
is
little time to relax.
Yeah. Because I think back then at 25, your adulting this thing is still not.
Yeah, it's not still a
at least
lot.
you just
It's when you get to 30 that everything.
I mean, back then 25, some people are still steadily in their parents' house.
Yes.
They're not bothered.
Yes.
Nobody's stressing them.
Even those that were out of the house. I mean, wasn't this difficult?
Wasn't it difficult? But now,
By
19, like this, is like.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember someone writing a letter to his dad saying that he wants to go and search for greener pastures, and he's not even. I don't think, how old is he? He's probably 16 or 15 or 16 or so. But anyways, I was also going to ask. Speaking of streaming platforms making their own movies, do you think it gives it creates competition, or it gives space for creative freedom?
So, what I think they do, I can't remember where I read this, but I think what Netflix, for example, what they do is that they have their like movies like Avatar. They spent I can't remember, was it 60? I can't remember how many $1 million they spent on. So they have this category of movies where they spend so much on, and they know that yes, those movies will make a big difference on their platform. Now, what they do is that they now take from the profits. They have a percentage that they probably now use for other kinds of movies. So they can give part of those money to like
the
upcoming.
blockbusters can fund maybe
You
one or two
Get
smaller
it?
movies.
Not even one or two, a lot.
A lot of smaller
Because-
movies.
Also, what they are doing is they need a lot of content. So when you have a movie that you probably spent, let's say 100 million, for example, on, and that movie maybe generated
Say 400 or something.
or
400.
way more. And the reason why you would say generated is because that movie probably brought in a lot of subscribers, and because it's
They'll
video on
pay,
demand. They
yeah.
pay and everything. What they are really after is getting more subscribers. That's what they want to do. And how can you get more subscribers? Is by increasing the number of content.
That you have.
So it means that you're serving a lot of people. Do you understand? So they can now say, okay, if they make, let's say, £1 billion from what they've spent 100 on, they can probably take out, maybe after removing the 100, another
Yeah,
200
yes.
on another blockbuster. Then the remaining, they can spread it across. They can use it to make, let's say, like 50,
And
50 movies.
and they just need like 2 of those 50 to, like 2
Do-
of the
do
50
you
to
understand?
like blow. They just need like 2.
Do you get?
And they've covered.
And they've covered. So the
cost.
other ones now, indirectly, they're helping independent filmmakers.
Mm.
Also, directly, they are getting content
Yeah, and they are
for
helping the
their channel.
consumers because people have diverse.
People have
Diverse,
Diverse.
yeah.
So that's it.
Interests.
So it's a win-win for both parties. Like, okay, fine, we have more money to give to independent producers, but of course they're producing content for us, and I mean we all can win.
What do you think is like the future of streaming services in the movie industry currently?
Yeah, in Nigeria, because there's still a lot to be done, because the
When we say a lot to be done, what exactly is the lot to be done?
so the habits, like I
Mm.
said, we just started streaming.
It looks like we are really, really. I know like a couple of people that are really
there's
stream.
not
They
a
will tell
lot
you
of-
they
some
rather
platforms-
stream
some
than.
platforms are not available here legally. Like
Yeah, but that's not. I don't think we need more streaming platforms.
I think we need access. Like for example, now somebody that wants to watch Peaky Blinders or that watch Peaky Blinders.
It's on
I
Netflix.
mean, all of us before it came on Netflix,
Mhm.
it did not come on Netflix immediately.
Eh.
Especially when it came out at first. So those people, like, because I know plenty of people watched it. So there's no legal platforms. Like, and then for a market like Nigeria where we consume movies a lot
True.
and people want to watch,
You know. That's a very good point, because the only the only industry that matches us in output number of movies is what's it called, Hollywood. We are still like the number of content we churn out in a year is massive.
Yeah.
But now, why do you now think that if it was that simple, we would have probably like 10 different streaming platforms? We have a lot of streaming platforms, like a local streaming platform that we don't even know about
yeah,
yet.
true.
But most of those platforms need investment. They need a lot of investment now. But it's very tricky because the habit is not there yet.
The habit of
The
streaming.
habit of streaming, it's not there yet. For example, do you know if 1 million people will tell you that they watch Netflix, out of that 1 million, the people that actually subscribe, that actually own an account that pay monthly, is probably like maybe 400.
True. What's this?
What's the problem?
Hmm?
Did I eat too close?
No,
nobody's
no.
attacking
No,
anybody.
No, not
Nobody
at
is-
all. I'm just.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's probably not even up to 400.
Oh, let's
You-
be for real.
Let's
Like
be-
we know.
and that 1 million.
What do you know?
That 1 million is even like that's like 1 million from like, let's say 50 million people that can be streaming.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Mm.
So it's still not very, very good market to the streaming platform.
Was that why there was a point in time Netflix wanted to wanted to cut
They're still
sharing.
trying to.
And
do
I
it.
know they've done that in certain countries, but it should not come to Nigeria. Some of us are
I mean,
dependent on people's
so they
account.
also still understand, and that was why they did the whole 1,002 subscription thing for mobile phone. Netflix, they did that. Like, okay, fine, let's get. So maybe if people can actually get access to stuff on their phone, maybe
It's true, not
it will-
expensive.
So they are doing. So now I think it's just the habits that
But,
they need to.
but even the payments platforms. 'Cause I know I was like, okay, let me try, and I downloaded Amazon Prime and I wanted to pay. I don't think you can pay with your Naira
So
account.
now,
I don't
those are
even
part of the
think with
factors
Netflix
now
too.
that are now
Still
injuring.
part
A lot
of
of
that
things that is
particular-
injuring communication to the outside world is things like that payment. Do you understand? It is crazy.
Nigeria is.
So those are the things, and those things will discourage you.
Yes, it discouraged me. That's why I say we are
Let's
dependent
even
on
say
people's
that day
accounts.
you are excited after like maybe 2 years that you've been using someone's account, then you decide to like say,
I'm
okay,
blown.
let me pay.
Today I want to
Girl.
stream this
Today.
movie. Yeah.
And you can't still pay. I wanted to pay for Prime too at some point, and I couldn't. It was I wanted to watch a particular the bread of life, breath of life. Yeah, and those are the things that we're talking about. Those are the issues. See, those guys are scared. They don't want to. Who wants to come and
Yeah, and lose.
So the reason why
Basically.
Netflix is because Netflix they have the money, and at least
Oh.
they've been able to get some kind of
They have a foothold there
yeah.
already. They're established
Sorry,
already.
but they're I mean, because I know that for any app that says you should pay, they would always ask you to drop your card and your account number and some other certain things that would allow them to, deduct every month.
It doesn't mean
What should
doesn't
they be
mean doesn't
scared
mean you
of?
can always do
No,
it.
no, they're
Like
not
it's not
scared
they're
of
not
people not
scared. It's
paying,
like you trying to pay and you cannot pay.
and you cannot pay, and people start pulling out, and the whole password sharing thing.
Oh,
Everybody's
okay.
like,
Like Spotify at some point. I don't know if it
Yeah.
has been rectified, but at some point you could not pay for Spotify with
Why,
some
yeah.
bank cards. I have friends that will be like,
I'm not
oh,
even
guy, how come
subscribed
can
on
use
my
your card?
Spotify
Spotify.
for the past 4 years is Spotify family. The person that pays for that Spotify, I think the guy is in maybe Germany or thereabouts.
Exactly.
Do you understand? Like that's the only reason why. Oh, okay, Spotify. And a lot of us sometimes, Nigerians. I won't call it mediocre, yeah, but the reason why people will still keep giving us trashy content is because we still allow it at some point. Unlike the US, even the best of movies that we think these guys they come out openly and they bash it. So those guys are constantly on their toes. So the level of it's not like there's no trashy content over there. Of course there are trashy content,
Yeah.
but we here, trust me, like there are a lot of mediocre
People,
things
people
that
watch it now.
We just
People
let it.
people watch it. People,
People
like
watch
it.
it.
People
So
like it.
it is making sometimes or most times it makes the filmmakers makes us lazy. Makes us lazy. The only people that you see that are still on their toes, these are people that they are looking beyond
Beyond
Nigerian
the
market.
Nigerian market.
Yeah.
And even for the Nigerian
I'll
market,
comment
I feel
Funke
like
Akindele for that.
a lot of movies, they're just because when you watch some older movies, when you see some older movies, and when you see some movies today, you're like, why is this so different? Like, okay, you can see the obvious
Yeah.
difference in quality of
Quality,
the video,
yeah.
but then the
In terms of
acting,
substance,
yeah, the
Substance.
And
creativity is
top notch
miles
back then.
Miles.
like miles
And
ahead
so
of what it
the
is
same
now.
thing, because if I know that these same people I've given them someone give them something similar to this and they collected, then why would I stress myself? And I'll still make money from it. Why would I stress myself? Ask yourself that question. What makes you put in extra into your work? Yeah, regularly. The extra you put in is based on how you think that thing can affect you.
Affect you.
If I know that if I drop this thing here and no one will see anything, and trust me, I won't mind. I'm going to drop it. Do you understand?
You probably come tomorrow and drop 3.
Then drop 3. But if I know that if I drop it here, maybe when someone comes in, person is going like, oh no, if I don't drop it here, the person is like, you didn't drop it here. Okay, yeah, maybe take this, or it's, we are all selfish as human beings. Like that's our first instinct. It only takes us extra consciousness to,
Not
do
be
you understand?
selfish.
So
Yeah.
as a filmmaker, I make a movie and I know that this character is not supposed to do this. But I'm like, oh, just let it slide. So
Okay.
a guy said something about a series that is currently showing on Netflix, and he had negative things to say about it. In as much as it's not easy to make a movie, I understand, yeah. But what he said
Sorry, is
was
it
actually
Mi
right.
Culpa?
Is that-
Mi
I don't even
Culpa.
know the person's name
Okay.
actually.
No, Stella Perry's movie.
No. It's a Nigerian
Okay.
movie.
Oh, okay,
It's a
alright.
Nigerian movie by one of Nigeria's leading filmmaker.
I might know the movie.
My problem with that person is not, I cannot do what that person is doing. I won't lie. You
Yeah.
understand? But sometimes I feel like and that's another thing, the people that have access to
To the
the
people that
best
it's
of thing,
yeah.
the money, then what is your excuse? That's what I feel. There are people that will people that put stuff on YouTube, they will still give you excuses. They will tell you budget. That's why our VFX is this crappy, because we didn't have the budget. VFX is expensive.
Yeah, this is what we can afford.
This is what we can afford. But you have the budget. You have the backing of
So they are held to a higher
So
standard,
what is your
and there are more
excuse? That's what I feel.
expectations. Yeah.
when any person said it, I saw the comments and people were bashing the guy like, go and do your own, go and do this, go and do that. But what he said, actually true. Was what when I saw this, I thought of it, but I just laughed. Do you understand? Production wise, awesome, but those are just like little details. Talking about the ghost and ghost got you bread, and at some point the ghost was,
Why?
And-
Why
no,
are
no.
we not?
So-
I think
so-
I saw it. I saw it was on pause.
Yeah, it was on
I haven't
pause.
seen
Yeah.
it, but because of the reviews I saw,
I mean, like I said again,
I'm not really
trust
keen.
me, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie. But look at those little
details,
things, yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, okay.
As a professional,
They make
you can see that
they
these
make
things
mistake in
should not be
Hollywood, but the kind of mistakes you see in Hollywood, these
You
are
would
mistakes
barely
that
notice.
I see mistakes in Hollywood, and that's because sometimes
there. You are in the field, so
I'm looking at
obviously-
it, maybe continuity, but the kind of continuity error they make in Hollywood is way different from what the kind of errors we make here.
Remake. Yeah.
But the production where you can arguably the production budget is over 300
Yeah.
naira, then do you understand? So would someone that puts content on YouTube, I think I personally would grade the person. I can score that person maybe over 10, but someone that has access to like everything possible,
Yeah,
I'll
there are going to be more metrics.
standard,
Yeah.
more metrics to grade that person.
Yeah.
So if we can constantly do that and make sure that okay, people don't just churn out mediocre content and just feel like nah. they would
If you
consume.
bring out nonsense, people are not watching it.
People are
You
not
would
watching
want
it.
to bring
You
when
understand?
you
I
make
saw
a
some
movie and
content
you
on
lose.
Prime, and I was disappointed. I was like, how did this get to me? I'm not joking.
maybe-
like
maybe-
is one of people's favorites.
Maybe-
like how did this get to Prime?
Maybe
I watched-
Netflix
Is it
did
Bread
not
of
collect
Life?
it.
No, it's not Breath of Life. Was to a very great extent. There was that person did another movie with higher budget.
So you tell me the name now.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Hey God.
Person did
Okay,
another movie with
after,
higher
come on.
budget. If you see the kind of mistakes I saw in this movie, it is not acceptable.
Yeah.
The other one with the ghosting is even still acceptable. That's still like, by the way. When movies have plot holes,
It
that's
happens.
still
Yeah.
happens, even in the best of Hollywood movies. But seeing film equipment,
In the final
I'm
cut.
telling you, in the final cut,
Okay, that's
seeing microphone,
that's not professional.
do you understand? Like how did this pass quality control? But guess what?
Maybe there was no
People
quality
watched it.
control. Yeah.
Some may not have noticed.
Some may not have noticed.
Some may have
But
noticed
guess what?
and they will
If
still be
there's some
like,
that noticed, because people talked about it on Twitter actually, yeah. If those that noticed and talked about it and it affected
the
filmmaker,
ratings
the
or
ratings and everything, do you think that person wants to do another movie and do you think she won't pay more attention to details?
She will.
But guess what? It's not affecting anybody. So guess what? I'm still going to do another thing and it's still
people
going
will watch it.
Alright.
Exactly. I get what you're saying.
to, so
Okay. Anyways, this has been interesting so far. Before we round up, just one more question.
Yeah.
Have you seen Iwaju?
I'm not saying
Series? Have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay. All right. Me too. I've not seen it.
I mean, it's not. We can't watch it yet. We don't have access to it yet until.
What's that?
is that like the series that came out
Yeah.
on Disney? I
Yeah,
don't know.
Disney
Disney
Plus.
Plus.
Disney Plus.
So you see,
It's so funny.
It's so funny, yeah. And there was a white woman that made a post about it that this is a series about
This is Nigerian content that
and
Nigerians
it's
cannot
first, It
consume.
goes first on
Disney
Disney.
Plus.
And then you know what pained me is that then people didn't even know that it was even going to because it's later going to show on DSTV.
Oh,
Yeah, it's going to show on DSTV pretty soon.
oh,
But I felt like that's what they should even promote.
they didn't do that.
Disney Plus
At
is
this point,
not
like
available.
if you had not mentioned it,
You didn't know.
I would just feel
Just
like, oh, there's no
imagine.
Disney Plus, so let's just chill.
But imagine you're doing a series here. I understand that you really want to put our
Put us on
content
global
that
mark.
stage, but come
Yeah.
on.
I mean,
Come on, you cannot-
I feel like that could have even been leveraged to get them
course.
to have a presence here.
Presence here. So they're not even promoting. I'm sure the DSTV thing is just something that maybe is probably an afterthought. I don't know. I'm just saying. Because if it was an intentional thing, I feel like
It would be promoted for this market. They're not promoting it for this
promoted
market.
Disney Plus and so like you said, you've not seen it, I've not seen it. And
Yeah, that's
I'm supposed to,
You're supposed to have
talk
seen
about it. I'm
Yeah.
supposed to go somewhere outside the country
Yeah.
and talk about a very good animation
Yeah.
out of my country. How can I talk about it when I've not seen it
when you cannot see it in your country.
in my country?
If you have seen it, how did you see it?
How do you see it? I mean, that's another question.
So
All right, we're gonna end this episode. If you've not seen it, where can you see it? With that question. All right, that was what you said.
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. Can I just say something
All right,
just to wrap
sure.
up this
Yeah.
streaming thing? So I feel like streaming platforms that are very good. We get busy
Yeah.
now. People are getting apart from the COVID thing. So it means that I can watch things at my convenience.
Mm.
I don't have to pay a lot to go to the cinema.
To the cinema,
You know,
that's another side.
to do all
To
that.
watch
So
a really good
with
movie.
time, it will really get better.
Mm.
Where we are now, countries like the US, they've been there like
Yeah,
couple of years
years back.
and with technology as it improves,
Mhm.
because another thing again is internet. We're always very conscious of how we use internet here in this part
Yes,
of the
true,
country.
true.
Do you understand? We don't. Internet's probably
Internet cost.
even it's not even the cost, is the quality of internet that we get. You know, the speed of the internet that we get, because and that's another thing. If we have good speed of internet, you consume more.
You consume more data.
You consume more. No,
No,
you
you
consume more
consume-
content.
True.
True.
You consume more
True.
content.
True. If you did not need to bother about
Do you understand? You
Yeah,
consume more
yeah.
Or if
content.
the
Yeah.
internet did not cut because of underwater something.
That Red Sea thing.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, I feel like we are getting to a.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll
yeah.
get there.
We'll get there.
Anyways, thank you so much for coming. Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much for
having me.
speaking. It's been lovely having both of you here. So we've come to the end of today's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Follow us on our social media pages, DBA_podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Mwah. Love you.
all right, ciao.
Hi.